Welcome back to the Bejeweled podcast, where boom, 25 Bejeweled podcasts exist in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to episode 25 of the Bejeweled podcast, and today is another special edition because, as you can see below me, Zhao is not with me. Instead, I am back with the Classic Tetris Singapore community, or at least part of it, to discuss this year's Classic Tetris World Championship 2023. Rule changes, big names, underdogs, and many much more will be discussed today as we figure out who's going to be champion for this year. So, if you're hyped for another podcast here on the channel, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for content if you're new, and ring that bell to notify intel on the channel. Last podcast on the card above me. Now, before I continue on, you can see there's only one person at the moment. There are a few more coming in. But Lancelet, introduce yourself.
Hi. I'm... I don't know. I'm Lancelet. I play Tetris.
Very
Yes.
well indeed.
Sorry?
Very well, in fact, I would say.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
Probably one of the last Dash players you'll see, but this guy is incredible.
Yeah.
And hopefully someone will come in. I know one person by the name of Nutristic is coming in, hopefully. I hope. I did message him. And then maybe Alanbot may appear, but we'll see what happens. But that said, you ready, Lancelet?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, let me load down the music. Let's get the actual music underway. There we go. So yeah, this year has, the year has definitely run fast. Like, the fact that we are now finally talking about Classic Tetris World Championships now is pretty crazy, I would say. Like, where has the time gone?
I don't know. I've just, been doing school stuff after CTSC. So, yep.
It just feels like all of a sudden it's just all a blur. And especially now with this year finally off the ground, now we can actually discuss about it. So I guess now we can say it. After last year, there were a few rule changes. Are you able to explain those, Lancelet?
What? Am I?
Are you able to explain the one big change about the gameplay?
But yeah, they're doing... I haven't, looked into it. They're doing super kill screen this year, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And what's the kill screen? What's the super kill screen, if you can explain?
It's like the kill screen, but even more kill screeny. So now, do your viewers know, how much do they know about?
Not really. So you can tell more about kill screen in Tetris.
So at level 29, the speed, the pieces fall at one frame.
One block every something frames.
One block every... Wait.
2 frames, I think. One block every 2 frames.
No, one block every one frame, right?
Oh,
29.
that's the super kill screen.
No, super kill screen is... It drops 2 every frame, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on 19 it drops once every 2 frames.
Oh, I guess I got that wrong.
So...
Oh, well.
So, if you guys don't know, last CTWC, I don't know how to explain this.
There was one match that went one game that a bit too long. Let's just say for people's viewership.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Oh no, you can continue explaining. There was one game in particular that went a bit too long. In particular.
Yeah, I went up to level 69, and usually, in the past, everything would end at 29 because no one could get past that one frame, one block per frame, drop rate. It was too fast. But now there's a new technique called rolling, and yeah. Now and last year there were some really long matches.
And so many chase downs of that.
Yeah. And this year they if they didn't change anything, they probably would have had even more of these really long matches. So decided to just cut it short. Yeah, so now at level 39, like they add these super kill screens to stop you from playing further. Yeah,
That sounds about right.
yeah, and even with rolling, like I think the current like world record from like is like only like 20 something lines.
I think
Yeah,
so,
whereas
yeah.
whereas for like regular kill screen, the rollers can get like hundreds of lines and not die. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a true kill screen now.
it is.
Unless someone
Unless
like
someone finds a way to
does
get that, which I doubt so.
yeah.
But you never know.
Did it change anything else? I
Not at all. Although I
yeah
think this year they're back to a 48-man
yeah
bracket. I think last year was
yeah
64.
no last year was 48.
Oh, last year was
Same.
also 48, so they didn't change
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It was
Um.
64 during the online era.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And where each of them had to compete like a group stage in order to exit out of their group, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But now that's not the case. But yeah, I believe that's some of the changes they made, and I mean the super kill screen was much needed after what happened last year, and even Fractal, who was the runner-up last
Yeah.
year, mentioned about it, the saying like, "Hey, we need to do something, otherwise it won't be as entertaining to watch." So it was much needed, and in anything, it does put more emphasis on better gameplay in the early levels. When you say Fractal, Lancelot?
Yeah, and like also like encourages more aggressive play on 29, which is pretty exciting.
We get to see like very, well, we would say skirmish setups, but at the same time they can see the pieces. Sometimes we can't. And yeah, of course now they really fix this. That really now puts like kill screen Tetrises into play, where a kill screen Tetris level 38 is almost as good as two Tetrises in regular gameplay.
Yep.
Which rarely you would hear people say about that. And now we're in the era where we're talking about that. It's like these statistics will build up to insurmountable amounts to the point where it's like you're just thinking about what people can do with the game now, for in terms of like perfecting it.
Yeah. But yeah, they didn't change the core system though. It's still like number of max outs, and there's no like kill screen or super kill screen or anything.
Do you think that's
Same as
better?
last year. I feel like number of max outs is like not really doesn't like give you a idea of like how well they'll play in like matches, cause like maxing out is like no one cares about it anymore. Cause like you're like probably like at like the higher level, like everyone's gonna max out every game, so it doesn't really matter how many times you can max out. I guess like it shows like that you are like you're consistently like not dying early, which is like good. So yeah, I guess that's one thing going for it. But I think maybe like in CTM they do like best of like your best of two, like higher scores. I think that would be better.
Average of two, you meant, where it says they take the average of the 2 scores or 3 scores you qualified with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That could work. Another thing possibly is like they may not always talk about. They may not always. Well, okay, no, okay. Not sure this sounds fair, but I was thinking like max outs before level 29 versus max outs after level 29. Like I wonder if they could do that stat. Because if more people are getting max outs after level 29, then we might have to put a curb on like how max outs are counted. Now I'm not saying that it's a good idea. I'm just saying that maybe it could encourage more better gameplay in the early levels, as I mentioned before.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know, sometimes you just get like bad pieces.
Yeah,
And
not every game can be max outable up to level 29.
yeah, and like, plus like, if you do that, then I don't know, because you still because in like the actual matches there's still 29, so it's
That's
like
true.
something that maybe not
Why
the
would
best
why you
idea.
why would you want to? Yeah, true. Why would you want to restrict something that is not restricted in the early, later parts? You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, then scrap my idea. My ideas are bad. Can you tell? In all seriousness, then this year there's also some new stuff. I mean, Silver Bracket returns, which I greatly appreciate the fact that that's in.
Yeah.
And then there's this Legends tourney where anyone who is a DAS player, where you play with Delay Auto Ship, who has played in the 2010 to 2018 versions of CTWC and is above the age of 30, can play.
Wait, so it has to be DAS.
Has to be DAS.
Korean can't go in.
Sadly,
Even though
no.
he's-
Sadly, no.
even
Which
though
is a
he's like-
bummer.
Yeah, I guess Joseph, but he's not. I guess neither of
He's
them
only
are there.
20-something right now, Lancelot.
Ooh, sure. Oh yeah, right.
He's 21.
I mean, he's a legend though, isn't he?
Oh, I mean,
Can't say
true.
he's
It's
not.
just a bummer that he could not participate this year. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know, like, he himself has tried rolling him as well. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how he would have done this year, but beats me. Who knows? Maybe he's still training to be better, or maybe just focusing on school.
Yeah.
We don't know. Well, he hasn't really updated his Twitter as much as we want him to update.
Yeah. Did you know that Yobi's playing?
Yeah, as the time that we were doing this podcast, Yobi actually just finished his qualifying. I think
Yeah.
he got about 500k, 600k.
Yeah, 577.
Unfortunately, he's knocked out.
Yeah. I didn't see like which channel he's on it.
He wasn't
like,
on any
live?
channel. He was
Oh.
qualifying off screen.
Guess they didn't have enough cameras. something.
Unfortunately, not. Sadly.
Oh. Yeah. No other Singapore representation there, unfortunately.
Yeah, there was actually fun fact. There was actually some banter conversations about like, oh, maybe we should get someone in or something like that. But because, I believe we were talking about Alan Bot actually getting a spot in. The only problem is money.
Yeah. Yeah, and like he has like school and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
And I can't participate because I would have to take leave, like, because I work as a teacher. So that's why for most of us, it's a bit tricky to be able to participate.
Yeah.
And to think I was 2 games short of making myself the CTWC.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Which year was that?
2021.
Uh,
You know, back in the
wait.
days when
Oh yeah.
it was a qualifier.
I'm not really familiar with that time.
Oh, okay. So back in 2019, the Singapore qualifiers actually became a thing. Like we did an actual Singapore qualifier, so the winner actually goes to Portland, and Paul Yo ended up being the winner, in which he actually got to I think round 1 before getting knocked out by who he got knocked out by? I think it was Alan Bot. No, not Alan. Not Alan. Wait, no, Alan. Yes, Alan.
Alan
He got knocked out by Alan Q.
in 2019.
Yes.
Oh, the other Alan. Not
Yeah, the Alan.
Bot.
Sorry, not Alan Bot. The
Oh.
other Alan.
I see.
So the representation in Singapore is not really that strong. Yobi's the only one who can because he has the free time, unlike us.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a bit underwhelming, sadly, when it comes to international representation. But we can assure you that the scene in Singapore is actually pretty strong.
Yeah. I guess.
Don't get their hopes up, and then leave it down.
Wait, you're the one who said it.
Okay, fine. Yeah, no, that's true. I'm actually quite optimistic, admittedly, about when I look at the scene. I'm really just hoping that soon enough we get even more people trying out the game that is 38 years old. Oh my goodness. The fact is about to approach 4 years. 40 years, excuse me.
Yeah.
The power of Tetris. Anyway, so that said, now that we have discussed about all that, now let's really discuss about the Big 13, as I'm going to word it. Shout out to a Game Scout for this. Game Scout, if you're watching this, thanks for the video that you posted. I actually am using some of the assets, although not really too much. I'm not really pulling out, I'm not trying to pull out like any thing he said, quote unquote. It's more so stats that at least are nicely represented, so that at least it's easier for me to showcase. So what I asked CTSC is that for those who copy to the podcast, they would, out of the 13 that I put on the list, as you'll see later, pick out 3 names in particular. Firstly, the person who might have the biggest shock, therefore, like a performance that does not equal the potential in a bad way. Secondly, was the darkest horse, so that means whoever we think will perform better than many people would expect. And then lastly, the obligatory who's going to be the champion.
Yeah.
So I assume you have your 3 names.
I'm not very decisive on like some of them. So yeah, but yeah, I have names.
Alright, well, let's discuss... Well, before we actually get to the names, let's actually discuss each person individually and see how they stack up. So right here, I'm just going to do a transition. And as you can see here, we have our first name on the list. Now this, for those wondering, is ranked in terms of what a Game Scout looked as like who is the best of the best amongst the 13 that he mentioned. So the first person in particular is Alex Thatch. He had a shock ending last year, of course. I think he was knocked out round 0, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, no, Alex T?
Round 0, one round.
Oh, he went out against Sidnev in round of 16, which is round 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
round 2. Oh,
two.
yeah, it is round 2.
Yeah.
Top 16.
Yeah, you might be thinking about Cheese. Yeah, he went out round 1 against Herb, I think.
Yeah, no, you know what? Now that you mention it, yeah, I believe that was who I was thinking of. So the first in particular is Alex Thatch. As you can see the stats down there, that is the fair median score, which basically takes all the games that he has played that are not early top outs and are not Mullen matches, and taken like the median score amongst all of them. So his median score is actually near 1.3 mil. And then the other stat, as you'll see there, is fair percent 29. So the percentage of games, again, non-Mullen, early top out, that he has reached level 29 on. And as you can see, the stats are pretty high for Alex Thatch.
Yeah.
Hence why David, aka Game Scout, kind of put him very high on that list. And it's no surprise, really. Like, he has shown himself to be a strong player, but admittedly does struggle with competition.
So is this list just like ordered based on the fair median score?
Fair median scores, yeah, and like the ranking wise. And again, this is not mine. This is all from Mr. Game Scout himself. So again, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 88% games. Like most of these players, you'll see you need to be able to get to level 29. Otherwise, you're not beating them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess. I guess if you're also not very good at reaching 29, then you know, like,
Good luck.
Yep.
But no. Well, how about what do you think about Alex Thatch actually?
Yeah, he's the one I predicted to win this year. Like, cause he's very good at aggro Tetris. Like, he's even good at like the super kill screen, which is kind of funny. Like, I think he has like some world records like for like score and like lines also.
On the super kill screen?
Like he got like a Tetris or something, or
Wow.
maybe 2. I don't know.
Wow.
Wait, okay, probably not 2. Probably just 1. But yeah,
I mean,
and he's like 20 something lines. Yeah.
so you can see him possibly play beyond level 39, and then
Yeah.
that will give him a huge advantage.
And maybe not huge. We could probably get like Tetris sometimes. He's not like consistent like getting Tetrises.
Yeah, imagine
Cause,
if he
like,
does want
no
to
one
win
is.
the tournament. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Hello.
but
We
that's
have
just-
someone else here.
But that's
with
just his
us?
potential right there. Also, yeah, I can see someone has joined us. Doesn't have his mic on apparently, or something.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. How you doing?
Yeah, I just overslept.
Ash. Well, that's what happens when you're 12 years old.
It is.
Bro's trying to expose me.
I don't know. But you know, Gracie, us is a more Singaporean Tetris royalty. Introduce yourself, Nutrisic.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So where do we go now?
Where do you
Just
go?
introduce yourself.
Just introduce yourself. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Nutrisic Acid. Just a Singaporean Tetris player.
And I believe you hold some sort of record. You can tell us.
Youngest max outer of like 13 years old.
Which is insane, like, or 12 actually,
Yeah.
which is insane to think about. This guy, very, very high potential. And in
Yeah.
fact,
Okay,
both a tapper and a roller, and his tapping speed is a lot faster than mine, can attest.
Yeah, mine too.
You don't even tap.
I used the tab.
Don't worry,
Oh, okay.
he's okay to the roasting, it's fine. Alright, so if you're wondering,
Well,
oh, good.
Let's continue with the CTWC thing.
Sure. So we just started discussing about the Big 13, Nutrisic, and we're starting out with Alex Thatch. So what do you think of Alex Thatch? Do you think he has potential?
Oh, wait.
I'm just wondering, he has probably more experience than both of us in terms of being able to like discuss about these players, because I think he has had more matches with them as well. It looks like he might be preoccupied for a bit, but that's fine. Well, I mean, you had discussed about it last night, but for me, right, I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I think
oh, okay, he's finally back. Okay, tell us more.
Alex T, I think he has high potential based on his aggression.
So you also think that his aggression will take him far as well?
Not really, because he could top out early in case of a drought.
As was the case of what happened last year?
Yeah.
Can you tell us more a bit? Oh, sorry.
So he has high potential, but his aggression could probably turn him down a bit. Wait.
Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead. Or are you done with your explanation?
Yeah, it's okay. Alex T has
Is his mic glitching? I don't know what's happening.
Just himself.
Oh, he's muted himself again. Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry as well. For those wondering, I guess I could segue a bit. I am still hunting Poipo, so I still want Poipo in the chat, but you want to see what where am I currently at? Just some counters. I'm just doing multiple things at once, because why in the world not? For me though, I mean, I see Alex Thatch as like a potential. Like what you guys mentioned, yes, aggression is good, but of course we have seen that to bite back, as we already seen from last year's CTWC. But if there's a way that he can control it, I feel like he has very good potential. But for me, he's not my favorite to win it.
Not your favorite. So shall we move on to?
Yeah, well, let's move on to the next player in particular, and that is Sitnev, which, by the way, I do apologize for an error I made. I meant to say close to 1.2 median score, not 1.3 median score for Alex Thatch. But now let's go to Sitnev, who, as we know, did beat Alex Thatch in the last year's CTWC. But she has put herself in a position to really shine. As you guys, for those who are not in the know, she actually finished her qualifying today. She has 16 max outs and is the #1 seed right now.
what? Wait, it's a she.
She has shattered
Yes.
the record, and boy oh boy, that is a huge thing for her.
Wait, I didn't know this was a she.
Oh yeah.
Well, now you
Anyways, let me see if I. So what do you think of Sitnev? Actually, I would say consistency is key, and that kind of consistency, knowing they got 16, is tremendous.
Yeah,
I saw I mean, I saw her debut in the Masters event like last year. It was pretty insane.
I mean, look how far. I mean, I know you mentioned, Lancelot, that max outs don't make the player, but what do you think of Sinef's performance, nonetheless?
You mean like during the qual or just in general?
Just in general, like, and if you want to talk about qual, you can go ahead with that.
So I didn't get to watch the qual. I think it was a bit too early. Yeah, 16 max outs pretty impressive. I don't know, like, I don't think it like makes much of a difference, like between like I don't know, say 14 and 16, but yeah. So other than that, she also very good with aggression. I haven't like watched much of Masters recently, so I don't know how well she's done. So, but yeah, she's another one of my favorites to win. Is that how you say it? Yeah.
I mean, at least you don't
Yeah.
think, you haven't predicted who you think is gonna win overall. That will be for later.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
she's been like grinding like efficiency like stuff like on like 19.
well,
Mm,
that's always a
Yeah.
good thing to practice on.
Yeah. I mean, probably not. Probably you don't want to stack like that in comp, but yeah, still
What do you want to say,
very
Nutrisic?
very skilled player. Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. I mean, what do you think about Sitnev, actually? I think you would have more experience looking at her gameplay.
Not really. I've had more experience looking at the others though, like Alex T, Pixel, Andy, and Dog.
But would you say that Sitnev is still a contender overall?
Yeah, Sidnev could be still a contender because this year, I think Sidnev made it to the finals before, if I remember correctly.
CTWC finals. Or
Not
CTM?
CTWC finals.
Masters,
CTM,
Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, CTM Masters finals.
Here's the thing, though. He has not won a single Masters. She has not won a single Masters, has she?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So, will it be back-to-back years that someone who has not won a Masters tournament wins the whole thing? Well, not
Wait,
back-to-back years, but Dog did that. Could Sitnev
Dog?
do it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I remember GameScott said that.
Yeah. Could it be? Could we see a repeat like that?
I
Possibly.
mean, technically
Oh.
Jonas and Harry also did that. So and
We're not counting
and
those.
Joseph.
They came before the CTM era.
Yeah.
Wait, does Joseph count?
Joseph, did he participate in any CTM before?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, then he counts.
Wait, but it depends on when was the CTM?
Pretty sure was before we're pretty sure 2018. But if it was 2019,
Okay.
then that'll be a different story.
Yeah. Hey, Dog.
Alex T has high potential of discretion. Oh wait, that's you. Hang on, let me change something because I did also. Hang on, let me do something, and boom, there we go. I had to change the number because I am now at level 150 of this thing. This thing called Bejeweled. Like I'm doing 3 things at once. There we go. So, I mean, yeah, I would say as well. I mean, I haven't really much gameplay as well myself of Sitnev, but just based on performance, that's incredible. It just matters on whether she's able to keep that consistency through competition. So I agree with you guys on that, but we'll just have to see in due time if it matters or not.
Yeah.
Alright, let me shift over. Hang on. But it's a very weird setup I'm having on in terms of, like, you know, adjustments to this. So I do apologize if this looks a bit weird in terms of, like, how I'm doing this. Alright, next up on the list is the man, the myth, the double world champion Dog. Has not won, they did not win last year. Got knocked out by eventual champion Eric. I mean,
Eric.
he is always a threat, no matter what. Like, you can
Yeah,
never.
he defeated.
Okay.
He defeated his brother like twice in CTWC 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
And it was against like 2 rollers, I think.
He beat Huff in the end, who was a roller at the time.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
And he wasn't even tapping.
okay, good, okay. But
Oh,
for,
you can continue.
yeah, yes, I was asking you to continue. You just stay silent. So, I mean, what do you think about it? About Dog, though, Nutrisec?
Personally, I would think like he's just Alex T, but what?
Yeah.
Alex T, but a little better.
Oh, Lensa, would you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a fair assessment. I mean, I'm rooting for XT because he would be the funniest person to win.
The funniest person to win.
Like, have you seen his
Oh yeah,
you
no,
want
because
it
there's
after,
one time
like
I was
a
wondering.
Masters?
There was one CTN that he won, and what he did was pour like water on himself afterwards, like it's a champagne.
Poured Parmesan cheese.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. Besides that, like.
Oh, imagine,
yeah.
yeah. What kind of celebration would he have if he wins this?
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
His parents would bring him Sprite and Capri Suns.
Anyways, back to the discussion of Dog. I mean, for Lancelot, like when you look at like his performance over like this year, like would you say his consistency has not dropped, or would you say he has like improved slightly, if there even is room to improve for him?
Okay, honestly, I haven't been keeping up with CTM much, so but he's won like a few like recently, right?
Yeah, I believe he's won 2 CTMs this year.
Mm.
And we're talking
so-
about
I
master
think-
tournaments.
So another very strong contender. I would not be surprised at all if he won. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Would you say he has adapted well to rolling?
Yeah, definitely. Like he's
Definitely.
super strong.
Yeah, definitely a contender. For me, I mean, I'm a big fan of Dog, admittedly. He was actually the one who gave me all my Tetris assets when I first started streaming. So definitely there's a bit of a soft side for him. Yes, he's my favorite to win this year, but he's not the one I think he's gonna win, admittedly.
I'm gonna be like gone for a second.
Yeah, no worries. Me and Nutrition can carry on the conversation. And speaking of that, let me change the next name. So now we're moving on from the true the people that we think have the high potential to win. We're now going to the challenge, the contenders, like people who we think can challenge the top 3 for the top spot. The first in particular is the boy Miles. I mean that FF2 29% is crazy. 86% is no joke. But all the more, I see his growth in CT Classic Tetris being very strong. I think many would agree that he was the most improved over the past few months.
Yeah, once we switched to hyper tapping, when rolling first came out, he wanted to switch, and since he switched, since then his improvement rate has gone like way higher.
It just
Every
feels as though
time.
he's a lot more consistent when rolling.
Yeah, more consistent.
I mean, how about you? Like, what else do you think about Miles, Nutrisic?
Miles, he is quite a strong player. So September 2023 Masters event, he went to semifinals but lost to Alan Bot.
Ooh, so he has there is sometimes that he might unfortunately lost, but his
he has-
games okay?
His games were very good.
Despite the games
Well,
being
he
good,
had
so
qualifiers.
ooh. So even with I mean that means that day wasn't his day. Okay, so I was actually about to say like, were there any early top outs? But if you have said that, that means definitely he has shown potential, even if he has lost.
There weren't any early top outs.
Yeah.
So
And-
he probably made it to kill screen almost all the time.
Oh,
That's the thing about these players. They went to kill screen like almost all the time.
I mean, with an 86% fair, 21% percentage, that's quite crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean, for me, granted, as I said before, I've seen Miles play well, and he has definitely potential. Very funny guy when I talk to him. But very serious as well when he comes to competition. I feel like he has very good form, and it's just a matter of whether he's able to bring that to competition, and we'll soon find out from in due time once he steps onto the stage. Alright, unfortunately Lance is not around here, so let me just quickly jump to the next guy in particular. This one, let me see here. Oh yeah, as we have the champion, we also have the former runner-up, and aka Pixel Andy. Slightly higher F29% range, and but a slightly lower fair median score. But then again, it's not like he's a bad player.
I would say he's just dog, but a little bit worse. Sorry if I'm being offensive.
I mean, to be fair, if you look at the dog versus Pixel Andy record, I believe in terms of CTWC, it's still in favor of dog. Like, the younger brother has shown his worth, and boy, he has shown it in a very strong way.
Yeah. One thing to mention is Pixel Andy's dash. He was also the runner-up in the dash tournament. I forgot. CT dash.
Oh wow, actually that's quite crazy.
Only losing to NGC man by pulling off the double Tetris.
Wow.
On 29.
It's crazy. So yeah, you can see that he himself has shown good form with other modes, but unfortunately, this is Classic Tetris. You just do what is best for you. And it looks like his best is not really matching to the other's best, sadly. With that said, you can't count him out by any means. He's still a great player in most regards, and he potentially could topple some of the big names in Classic Tetris. It's just a matter of he's able to keep the pressure on his opponents, let alone keep the pressure low on himself. And what will happen if he ends up battling his brother again?
I wonder, how far has he gotten in 29? Looking at his stats 1 year ago, he hasn't really got much after 29.
Is it because of the games itself, or is it him himself that has not reached level 29?
The games himself, he usually tops out after 29.
Oh, so that means like the rate back then was not that great. Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
but his rate has significantly improved.
His what?
Oh, his percentage of surviving on 29.
Oh, so it's like his okay. So he's able to like keep his he's able to get more potential 29. It's just that possibly he still has trouble trying to like, you know, get more points. Then again, he's not one to make Tetris Tetrises on the kill screen, is he?
Well, he's trying to survive. Okay, his playstyle is playstyle on the kill screen is leaning towards more survival based and only going aggressive if like opponents like going to aggressive and or maybe like it's close to level 39.
So what you're saying is that if he doesn't go aggro unless his opponent goes aggro?
Yeah, or maybe he's close to level 39, like what he did in the quals and what he did in the previous months.
I see. I mean, that's not a bad strategy at times where if you're desperate, like what's there to lose? But it's not worth to lose if you know that there's potential ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect that. That's not a bad strategy, and granted, we know that not always Tetris can be a strategic game, but sometimes when you have moments like these, it's worth planning a strategy to give yourself the best opportunity to win a game. And that, in my opinion, is not a bad strategy, if not the best strategy. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I realized that my sentence
Alex-
is a bit contradictory just then, but then again, I think people understand what I'm talking about.
Unlike Alex T and Dog, they are one of the most aggressive players based on scout stats. Only basing, yeah. They just constantly go Tetris into 29, and only stop when they enter a drought. I mean, that's kind of good, but there's sometimes where the drought is too long, and they couldn't handle the survival, and so they just top out. So, some strategies, they need to have some sort of advantage against other players. Because one thing I realized about when high players compete with another high players is that they shift their full screen playstyles. Like one player, when okay, so it's like Andy versus Dog. They normally switch their playstyles when it's like Andy versus another player. So kind of like that.
So they have different playstyle on the kill screen for different players they're facing against?
Yes, that's one thing I realized. I've looked at many of their Twitch videos.
Dang, look, you've been doing you're doing your study. Now why can't you study for your exams? No, I'm just joking. Sorry. I had to break that out. Anyways, continue.
Huh.
And then, anything else you want to say about Pixel Andy?
Not really, but what if Pixel Andy and Dog made a collab? That'll be...
Alright. Sorry, I had to actually put my glass away because I finished my water.
Yeah,
That's fine.
it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like he will win the tournament if he's able to overcome, being able to beat his brother.
Overcome his...
Okay.
Yeah, because almost every time he didn't beat his brother. Yeah.
And for those who are like, oh, it doesn't really matter, it's just another game. Some people don't realize the weight, the emotional and sometimes mental weight that is like losing to your brother. Like, in the world of sports, sometimes you realize that can be as oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? That could be as demoralizing as like losing the World Series because you like missed a throw or something like that. Like, it could be as simple as that. So, but I feel like now knowing that he did beat his brother in Masters, that could possibly spur some inspiration to go even further in CTWC. But we'll just have to see it on paper, in gameplay itself. The stats may say it on paper that he's better, but it all comes down to whether he can perform on the day itself.
Hi, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're back. Just in time to talk about the next person in particular. How about Huffaluffagus, 2021 runner-up, but has not shined to his potential ever since.
I don't really have anything to say about Huff.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen him like at all in like CTM recently.
Yeah, it's like
I don't think he has appeared in CTM a lot.
that's why I say that hasn't really shined the potential because he hasn't really been able to show it. Like, for those wondering, it's like we haven't seen him as much compared to the other players, and it's just like, quite the limbo player, quote unquote.
Seems to be the only.
Wait. Huff is live. Wait, never mind. Okay.
Ah! No way is he live right now.
He is.
He's not.
Oh.
Okay.
That would've been funny though. Like, I have to say, oh, he's not really showing his face much. Ends up being live. That'd be funny. I mean, for me though, when I look at Huff, I look at a player that he was a runner-up, so he has that potential. And didn't he beat Joseph 2 years ago?
But yeah, but
Yeah,
but Joseph's a
Joseph-
tapper, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
wait, the tapper, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, to think that we had to bring that into the
But-
conversation.
Okay, so
But
I guess we
that
can talk about like last year's performance. He made it to the top 8, but Andy beat him pretty like decisively, I think. If I remember.
Yeah,
that time Roland was really that strong.
like half. Wait, was he top? Was he third or was he tied third or was he tied 7? I forgot. Did he lose to Fractal?
No, half went out in top 8.
Oh, he did well with top up. Yeah, that's why it's just like, I'm not too sure how he will perform this year.
He did get 30,
He lost
13
the
max
dog.
also.
Wait, what?
He lost the dog in CTWC.
Oh, he was the one who lost the. Okay, then he lost the.
That was
okay.
that was 2021.
2021.
I know. Yeah, 2022 though. Half lost to who again?
And Andy.
Andy, and then Andy lost to because because we were denied another brother fight last year. I remember because of the other two.
Is there anything to say about their 29?
I mean, you can see that the stats themselves. I mean, he has 84%, a little bit lower than the other guys, but even then, 2% is not really much of a difference.
These stats all from
One-
this year.
Yeah, I mean, these are the stats that were from a Guy Scouts video.
Wait,
One thing I
I
noticed
don't
about
remember
this.
him playing though. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Okay, thing I noticed about the stats is the normally good players like Fractal, they're all the way at 8 for some reason.
Fractals hasn't been performing the best this year.
Okay,
I mean, we'll
let's
talk about
go
that.
to-
We'll talk about it
let's-
later. Like, well, I mean, last
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about Huff before I move on.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay,
I mean, we'll see if end up he does perform in due time. I mean, who knows? Maybe he could come out of the blue. Anyways, on to the next person. We finally head into a non-American in the top 13, and that is SV. Nutrition, you're gonna help me on this one because I don't think I've ever seen SV play a full game.
I've only seen SV play in CTM Masters some time ago, and he actually won his very first Masters event.
Yeah,
I
he won
forgot
last.
when was-
So he has
Yeah.
like immediate potential. Like he has shown like he's able to compete with the best.
I think he defeated one of the big 6, if I'm...
Sometimes the right person at the right time, folks. That's why. That's actually quite crazy though.
Yeah, he's actually I think the third person to reach colors on PAL.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
Second on PAL.
colors.
So he
He has like 7.5 million on PAL.
Yeah, even more than the NTSC.
My word, that's crazy. So he has shown that potential in PAL, but can he bring it to NTSC which is slightly faster? I mean, he has shown it. It's just a matter of whether he's able to like present it. Although Lancelet, for you, when you look at SV like in Masters, like when he won it, was there anything that stuck out to you?
I think I watched some of that, but I don't. Yeah, sorry, I don't remember much.
Nutristic, like anything you noticed from his gameplay that does stick out to you?
Not really much. He's just like the others.
Just like the others.
No, he's just... Okay, wait. From his 29 play, wait.
You can see that we all have the stats right now.
I'm totally not watching his Twitch.
But then again, that's how we do get our stats. And honestly, shout out to the Game Scout, all that all the people who have been involved with the massive project of tabulating all the CTWM things. Just incredible. But then again, I mean, with the little I've seen of SB and doing qualifying, like he does look like a guy that has like, you know, good consistency on 19. And for those wondering, many people now have swapped to qualifying on 19 with the hope of being able to get more games in. aka more max outs afterwards.
Yeah, right now, like, if you look at the stats, you know how like 2020, like getting 12 max outs was like by Joseph was, like,
Legendary,
something
mythical.
yeah. Now 12 max outs not even enough for top 8.
Oh yeah, 12 max outs not even for top 8. Or at least it feels like that.
I mean, yeah, like right now, XT is at number 8 with 12 max outs and 970 kick.
Are you serious?
Yep.
My goodness.
3 people at 14. Sin has 16, Half has 13 picks, Andy has 13, SV has 13.
And Dog is outside the top 8 with 10.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Which, I mean, yeah. Now here's the thing though. For those wondering, there's actually potential for one person to be out of the gold bracket, but we'll get to that later. But the fact that we're seeing like potential knockout of the Big 13 in top 16 of all places, or top 32 possibly, that's insane. Because here's the thing, if one of them ends up being outside the top 16, that means they will have to face one of the Big 13 in top round of 32.
Yep.
So that could be potential for humongous upsets this year, but we'll have to see because we're only still on day 1 of qualifying, and there's still quite a few people that will qualify tomorrow. So we'll have to see in due time.
Yeah, another thing about Half, like, okay, this is a bit of a tangent. Like, is Quaid participating this year?
Quaid? I don't know honestly.
It's like, if not, I think then Half will be the only Antarctic representation.
The what?
Antarctic representation.
Oh!
Like, yeah.
It's a joke with this one, right? He put his nationality as Antarctica.
Everyone here is. Wait. Everyone from the list are rollers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not. I guess Sodium's rolling. I think. Opox, yeah, probably rolling. I'm looking for tappers anywhere. Aaron, I think Aaron. Oh, I think Aaron might be a tapper. He's 7 max outs. Yeah, like Coster, Kirby. Yeah, I think those are tappers.
Potential
like-
just goes so high with these people.
Like-
Like, oh my
like,
goodness.
Everyone in top. I think everyone in top 20 is tapper rollers. Right for now. Like, I don't see
Going
any.
to be away from a while. Just give me a second.
Sure,
yeah.
no problem.
Yeah. So.
Ooh, it's
We will.
just...
Yeah, we will see some DAS players in gold bracket because Sharky has 4 max outs.
Oh yeah, Sharky has
Yeah.
been on a tear this year. Like 4 max outs with Das, no joke whatsoever. In fact, you could now almost put him on the same line with Jonas Neubauer in terms of like best Das player. What do you think about it? That's more than what Jonas got. Granted, it was 1 hour,
I mean,
but still.
Joseph didn't need. I mean, Jonas didn't need 4 max outs, so hard to compare. But yeah,
Still incredible to see Sharky prove that Das is not dead.
some other players have gotten 4 max outs with DAS in quals. So Quaid got it in, I think, 2021.
Yeah, that was the
Uh,
mega call that he got that a lot of people were shocked at.
And Jeff got it last year,
Yeah,
2022. Is it?
yeah, I
are there
believe
anything-
so.
anyone else? I feel
Again,
like there are more.
ladies and gentlemen, Das is not dead. It's just one Tetris ahead of us.
Depends on how you defined it.
Yeah. Anyways,
Like, that player's not gonna win the championship
Ouch.
this year. Maybe in silver, but
Alright, sorry, I need to adjust some stuff because right now it's a bit messy on my end. There we go. All right.
yeah. Okay, next player.
Okay, next player in particular. Now we're going to what a Game Scout worded as the challenges. People that, whilst their stats don't really match those at the top, they still are contenders to win it all. And the first one in particular is last year's runner-up, Fractal. The pioneer of the super kill screen, as we like to call it now, but guy with honestly so much potential that really was unfortunately wasted the first 2 years he was in.
Yeah.
And
He didn't get fired.
I feel like he crumbled under pressure back then. Now he has shown that, hey, I have potential and I can finally showcase it to you guys, and he definitely did that.
Yeah, for sure. He's kind of fallen like back a bit, like more recently, but I'm hoping he can come back this year. I really like his like streams and stuff.
Hmm. Wait.
Pretty
So I
strong
mean,
player.
would you say that he? I mean, would you say that he will be champion though?
I would bet more on like
Ah,
LXT.
don't say it.
I,
Even though I mean,
yeah, like Fractal is not my top choice, but like, I mean, I'll be happy if he wins.
mm.
Like, yeah,
For me, as I said before, potential that really got wasted. The last 2 years I remember before last year, the previous 2 years before last year, I believe got knocked out early. I think group stage against Cheese, and I think either group
Tetris
stage.
Time.
Wait, no, group stage against someone else, right? Tetris Time.
Yeah, Tetris Time was 2021. I think.
Yeah, he had a bad time getting out of group stage, but it seems like any title match of any kind of group or like tournament he's lost. Like, think about it. Title match in group stage 2020, lost. Title match in group stage 2021, lost. Title match last year, lost.
Yeah.
So
pretty
is he able to finally break the title match curse?
Yeah.
That's the big question. If he can get over that, he's a serious contender for this year's World Championships.
I don't think it's like nerves or anything, cause he did
No.
really well last. Just like got steamrolled by freaking like top form Eric. Like you can't do anything about that. So,
Yeah, exactly. And imagine what would have happened if the super kill screen was not a thing. Honestly, you know what? I might actually bring that idea to a Game Scout. What would have happened if CTWC 2022 did have the super kill screen? That'll be an interesting stat, let alone video to make.
I mean, you can't. I don't know how you would like, predict that.
Well, it's not really prediction. It's just like what would have happened. Like you just take the stats and rearrange it to where you omit anything beyond level 39.
I like, but yeah. I guess that would be a good idea.
I like how you slowly succumb to the idea that it's a good idea. Like
Okay,
okay. All right, next up on the list is Doge.
Yeah, one more thing about Fractal.
Oh. Go ahead.
So he was one of the main proponents of like a line cap.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he got his wish. We'll see what he can do, like this new world.
The new
guess.
format, yeah, all that stuff. Indeed, we'll see. Anyways, with that said, now to one guy that I always see a lot on the MSM, Doge.
Yep.
Guy, very funny, very memey, honestly. Whenever I was with him in MSM, but honestly, like I would say he has potential again. I mean, everyone has potential, you know what I mean? But still. But I think for me, when it comes to Doge, I feel like he still has a lot to improve when in terms of like his gameplay, especially on 29.
I mean, he did win a CTM, so can't really let's say call it out just yet.
So though, I feel like I feel like that's just me. But how about you, Lancelot?
I don't know. I don't really know how to feel. Like, yeah, I don't know.
You haven't really seen him much in competition?
Would be surprised if he got to like top 4 or maybe in the finals.
So you don't
Yeah.
really see him as one to look out for, basically?
Like I mean, not like compared to like the others, but he's still contender for sure. But there's like so many like good players nowadays. You can't like, you know, predict what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Indeed. I agree. I'll just have to see. I mean, in due time though, in due time I feel like with more practice that he will get better. Although, learning about it, right, his qualifying stat this year was pretty decent. Wasn't it? Like he had a very good qualifying.
Oh, this year he had 8 max outs.
Yeah, like it's not like he was bad by any means. It's just there were so many people better.
Yeah. Wait, gee, I want to see how many in the top 13 have like yet to qual.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Who has not qualified amongst the top
I
13?
think they all qual already.
I mean,
Let me
I
see.
can get the list
Yeah.
up while we do this.
Looks like they did. Wait, Envy. Oh yeah, he qual. Rhubarb qual. Noah qual. Doge. Right. Yeah, I think they all qual already.
Dang.
So yeah, we can already see what's.
Like who ranks above? Well, I mean, in terms of max outs, we still haven't really seen gameplay beyond that. But
I guess these like
okay.
yeah, I guess top rankings aren't gonna change much since like all all the like big contenders are already done falling.
Yeah. Indeed. But we'll do time. We'll see. I mean, 8 max out's not to scoff at, but that definitely is now lingering towards possibly the edges of top 16. And that again does.
Oh, he's already 20th.
Oh yeah, no, that means that one of the top 13 possibly might be knocked down in round 32. Which is a big thing to think about, knowing what we predict, what a GameScout predicted. It also just shows the talent pools beyond just the big 13.
Yeah.
But then again, it just matters to see how he does. I mean, 66% fair, 29% range is not great, especially when you look at the other people, but it's still pretty dangerous all the more. If he gets consistent with 29 this year, though, I feel like he's a threat. A very outside threat, but he still can be a threat nonetheless. Unfortunately, we know that, who is it, Tracy, unfortunately, is not with us at the moment, so I'm gonna skip over to the next person, which in particular is the one and only Rhubarb. Very underrated player, I would say. Would you agree?
Yeah, I guess I don't really know much about them, like their play.
I mean, he came out of the blue IMO. Like, usually you wouldn't talk about Rhubarb. I usually would say talk about like it's like those like conversations when you talk about greatest Tetris player. You think about Dog, you think about Pixel Annie, you think about Fractal, all that people. You don't usually hear about Rhubarb though, and I feel like he himself has a lot to prove with his way of rolling, let alone how he plays.
I got 10 max outs, which is pretty good.
Did he overtake Dog or is he behind Dog?
He is right behind Dog.
Oh, so barely behind. Interesting.
940 versus 952.
Bruh, 2,000? 2,000 in it? That's incredible.
Yeah. Actually 4,000, but
4,000. Wow, that's still low though. Man, imagine that being the difference. And just so you know, bracket style game like formats when it comes to like tournaments like these, sometimes you really want to be in that best position. And I think a GameScout actually mentioned about it in 2018 CTWC, how like Ben Mullen at one point had the best spot, but unfortunately got steamrolled by Josh.
did he have number 1 seed?
No, he had the number. Oh boy, I think it was the number 5 seed. No, not 5. Wait, no, Joel, what are you talking about? No, I think number 10 or 11 seed, and apparently that's like one of the best seeds to have to avoid like the big names.
Oh, you mean like if you're not already like.
Yeah,
doing
I'm just trying to
something.
think, because Josh Tolles, let me think, he made the top 8. He faced against Green Tea. Green Tea was the number 2 seed then. So that means Josh Tolles was number 7, which would mean that Ben Mullen was 10 or 13. No, 10 seed. He has to be the number 10 seed then. And
And
then
like
again, he himself got steamrolled by Josh Tolles in the round of 16. So no seed is safe. And especially now with all the players there around.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe 9 or 10 will do it. Maybe the magic number is indeed that. But then again, with Rhubarb, I mean, that... You see the fair 29% range, right? The Lancelot?
yeah, 88%.
Yeah, that's the highest amongst all 13, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's Alex he also. Oh wait, yeah, Dong has 90%.
Oh, $9. Oh, sorry. Well, the second highest. And even then, he's he's still considered like the lower one because of his median. But that, of course, doesn't mean that he's not going to play well. It's just that he's around that. But you never know what they can do once they get higher.
I don't know, like, if they gotten like any like insane like scores, like say like 1.7 into 39 or something.
Yeah, so I mean, it would matter. I will see if his if his playstyle is not as aggressive and he doesn't really try go for like Tetris like that, maybe it could help him. Like they like to say, Soul City wins the race, but in this situation, it may not always. It's often not the case. But if this is going to be the year that is the case, all props to him then in due time.
I'm expecting to see like a bunch of like rollovers this year.
Wait, what do you say again?
So, I'm expecting to see a bunch of rollovers.
Rollovers. Oh, the 1.6, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've not seen like if Rhubarb is capable of that.
Well, I'm interested. What
I've
do you
not
think? Would you agree with that statement?
We will see a lot of rollovers this year, but I haven't seen much from Rhubarb, that is.
But would you say he's a contender all the more, or would you say he's kind of outside chance?
He's kind of like an outside chance, because comparing with the other players, even if he's not the last, he's still kind of like not really. I mean, his kill screen rate is still 88%, so maybe. I guess.
It just really matters on what he does at 29, though.
Not really. I've seen his consistency with 18 before.
Oh, I say he can score high on 18, basically.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like that stat should really be researched on more, because especially with knowing that we have this super kill screen, I'm actually quite curious to see who has the best consistency on the two other phases.
I suspect that might be Sidnef. I think she got like a 700k transition recently or something. I don't really remember.
But I mean, it's all about consistency, though. She might not
Yeah.
always get that, but that still
Yeah,
shows that potential that, hey, I can get to 700k. Can you? So there is that, but it's all about being consistent, being able to post those high transitions. And in due time, we're gonna have to see if she's able to bring it to fruition.
I think it's more important to focus on the consistency of the players.
Yeah, that's
Like,
why.
Yeah, because comparing with each other, their consistency, the more like makes the stats more like a little bit better, but a little bit more random.
I see what you mean, Nutrasing. I see what you mean. Alright, on to another contender, by the name of Noah. A lot lower, 29%, but still a threat no matter what.
15 max outs today.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Wait, you
much
just say
from
15?
Noah.
Yeah, he's number 2 on the leaderboard.
Whoa, so like,
15?
what the?
Yeah, so like I was watching earlier, I think he had like at one point he had like 9 max outs in a row from the start.
Dang!
He was like going for like
Wow.
10 in a
top
row.
loss at all. But he couldn't quite catch up to Sidnev because like he had to like line out on 29 a lot.
Well,
Yeah, the
okay, that's a very big sign though. If the consistency shows that he's not able to get to like max out before 29, that might prove detrimental in games themselves when the super kill screen is gonna be a thing. I feel like if it was last year, he would be a very big threat, but this year, I'll be honest, no, I wouldn't see him as the big dog. Granted, if he does improve, he can reach top 4.
I would consider him a contender. Yes, I think he's gotten a lot better recently.
Yep.
How do you see the improvement there, Nutrisic?
And I just watched their games.
I mean, did you see it? Like, how did he improve? Like, how you would say?
No, I don't really see him improve. He's just like maintained a very consistent transition.
I see.
Not like 650k, but more like mid to high. More like 590 to like 630. He usually gets around that.
So high 500s, low 600s. I mean, that's good. That's good pace in terms of like the early gameplay.
As well as consistency.
Yeah, no,
on
consistency. Like you mentioned, like that's a range. Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that. Still, though, I mean, we'll have to see in due time. If it ends up that stat, he's able to improve on that stat, then boy, oh boy, watch out for this guy. Definitely can prove to the world that it doesn't matter if you have that low stats beforehand.
Yeah.
And just for anyone who's watching, and it has to be reminded, we are not saying that anyone is the biggest favorite. Every one of those 13 is a favorite. Again, Scout mentioned that there's like a 99.9% chance that any one of those 13 will win.
Yeah.
But we'll see with time, we'll see if it ends up being the truth or not. Especially with rolling, anything can happen. Like one misroll, and all of a sudden your gameplay can just go to nothing.
Actually, I want to bring. Sorry, I want to bring this up later. Okay, you go ahead.
You continue.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
You continue.
I wanted to bring up one player, like who is not in Game Scout's 13 list, which is Blue Scooty. They have I believe they have 4 million in NTSC, and they got 14 max outs in the qual.
Oh
So I think someone else to really look out for.
man, that's insane. Number 3 seed, right? Then
Number 4.
number
Rector is number
4.
3.
Wow, that. As I said, anyone is a threat. No one is a favorite, outright favorite.
Yeah. Joel, what you said about rolling, it's actually kind of true. One misdrop, and that's all it takes, because it's hard to use the one-handed thing.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's so
anything...
true. Anyways, on to the next player. We're on to the second last person on the list, and that is Dan V. Another Briton.
Dan V.
And he has proven himself worthy as well of the trophy.
Yeah. He also made a debut in 2019 against Joseph, I think.
Did he? 2019? I think 2020 or 2021, I think he meant.
Are you thinking about Dan Vinky? Wait, no, not it. Dan QZ, right?
Yeah, that's Dan
Oh,
QZ.
Yeah.
I thought it's the same.
Oh, no. They are definitely different. And Dan V himself is not shabby either.
Yeah.
I don't think is he here this year?
Dan V isn't here this year.
He does best like nowadays. He was Tapper in 2019.
Oh, wait, you meant Dan QZ?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about that, though. Maybe he is, but we'll have to see.
I heard he had like some
Yeah.
like hand issues or something.
Well, he has
So, yeah.
been mostly focusing on school as well, I like to point out. Like, he himself actually messaged me personally, because I'm actually good friends with Dan QZ. and he actually mentioned to me he was like doing like technological studies in college, or the school beforehand, high school.
Joseph Salim once.
So that's why he himself has not really been as active in the Tetris community, but he still talks to me now and then, which is nice. Very funny guy though. I really liked him. And it's back to Dan V, another Briton, and he is. I'll be honest, like when I look at his gameplay, I really enjoy the way he does his rolling. Very smooth. Like fluency of motion compared to the rest, but that's just me. But how about you, Nutristic?
Again, I haven't seen much of the outs. Okay, I've seen some things, but not really much about Dan V. I thought because I misconfused Dan V was just Dan QZ, but just
Sorry, the way you say it's just like I've seen things. It's just it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, Leslie, I assume you haven't already seen much of Dan V either.
I know you won
Yeah.
Masters. That's all about I know.
He also won Masters,
Yes.
yeah, it's on Masters.
so he's able to compete with the rest. It's just a matter of like he's able to bring that to proper competition. And
Yeah, his median score is 1,034,000.
yeah, not as high as
Yeah.
like the high. I mean, we're going to the
Not as
1 millions now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be honest now thinking about it, I think it would be even better if they could actually bring out how many games that they have taken the stats on. Because at least we can see whether it's that's consistent, if they're more consistent over like a bigger range of games or not. I feel like that would be an even better stat, but beggars can't be choosers.
The mean and the standard deviation.
Something like that. I'll be honest, that would be great. That would be great to help us out. Now, I think you guys have been waiting for this. How about the defending
Eric.
champion himself, Eric ICX?
My heart. It hurts.
I mean, here's the thing: is he out of gold?
It would assume so. He's right. He's 43 right now.
Oh,
He's
Wait, what was his call for?
only one max out.
Yeah, he had
One max out?
he had a lot of trouble with his 5 taps.
Oh.
Yeah.
He himself admitted on a podcast that he was not really focused much on defending. He has been mostly focusing on like quality of life improvements on the Tetris community, school, and all that stuff. Which again, guys, you can't blame these people. They are youngsters. We are no longer in the era that the players are like over 30, over 40, and they have their own lives, like jobs to do. These guys are studying, for crying out loud. So this kind of things are now become a reality now in the world that we live in. And for Eric XCX, it just hit him a lot harder than we thought. Possibly being knocked out of gold bracket in due time if the rest end up hold up. We could potentially have a new Tetris World Champion without even doing any gold bracket matches.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Dog wins again.
Oh, well, let's start with again, but yeah, still, my point still stands.
So sad.
Ugh. But even then,
That's-
there's nothing to say that he's a bad player. It's just a crazy to think that he can be knocked out of gold.
I'm
Yeah,
wondering
he
if
is-
it's just sorry, go on.
He made it to colors. That is, his survival's very good. So if he actually comes to CTWC, then you could possibly just keep diving on kill screen and probably make it to finals like last year.
In before his ulterior motive, I'm not trying to imply anything, but in before his ulterior motive is to go to silver bracket so he can be the first player to win both gold and silver bracket.
Yeah, I guess he is.
Again, I'm not trying to imply
but-
anything. It will just be funny.
But wouldn't that count as smurfing?
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
mean. It's like that kind of thing.
If he want a silver, he shouldn't have maxed out.
Ah!
He should have like stopped like at like 900k.
But here's the thing: neither K may not even be enough for silver bracket.
Oh.
Potentially, I'm not saying it will, but potentially may not be enough.
Yeah. I would
But what about last
not
year
expect
when Game Scout made it to silver bracket?
I mean, as I said before, not true, not set in stone that you must have a max out to even get into silver. It's just the fact that potentially that might be the case.
Yeah, cutoff's at like
It hasn't
700k right now. Could rise up in the future. Who knows?
Yeah. But no, I mean, still though, if he ends up going to silver bracket, very big favorite to win silver bracket. But if he doesn't, then oh well. It's just a shame that what has happened to him this year.
I feel like he wouldn't like participate if he got knocked in silver.
But if he ends up playing in the bracket, ends up playing top 48, you know that he's gonna be one to look out for all the more.
I mean, unless like it's like underperformance persists, which I hope
Yeah.
it won't.
Also, I think that maybe also be the first time that a world champion in this offense fails to qualify.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
That might be the first time that will ever happen in CTWC history.
Like defending world champ or just world champ in general.
Defending world champ.
Yeah.
Which, oh boy, that'll be a shocking thing if that's the case. Now, with all that said, we have discussed all 13 players. I mean, they are fantastic in their own rights. Every single one of them has that potential to win it all. But now here comes the real question, guys. And now it's time to get those stats in, as I mentioned. I did tell these guys, and for those who are coming to the podcast, to make up a list of 3 people. The first one, the biggest shock. Who do you think will underperform this year to everyone's surprise? The second one, darkest horse. Who do you think will perform much better than many people would expect them to perform? And lastly, the obligatory, who will be world champion? So now it's time to bring up these stats, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to ask real quick. Firstly, who will be the biggest shock of 2023? I'll start with Lancelot. Who's your biggest shock? Who you predict will be your biggest shock?
Obviously, Eric is the biggest shock already. Like not even a prediction. Like,
But if you exclude him,
yeah.
who will it be?
I think the biggest shock would be Huff.
Close there.
It has to be one of the big 6.
Well, that's what you said, yeah. But Lancelot, how about you?
I think my prediction would be Huff. Oh,
You say Huff is gonna be the biggest shock.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness, Tim.
Oh, he's gone.
Even more accidental, I guess. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me think a moment. So you say that Huff will be the biggest shock of this year?
I mean, I'm saying he might be. I don't know anything what's actually gonna happen.
I mean, like overall, like what would you expect? Like what performance would you expect from him? Like top 32, top 16 knockout?
I would expect him to. I think worst case he gets knocked out in round of 16.
Round of 16. Okay, so okay, I see that. Possibly knocked out by one of the big ones, though.
Yeah, that'd be the way to go, I guess.
Nutrisic, your prediction for biggest shock?
One of the big 6. So
Who are you going with?
big 6 is like Alex T Dog, Pixel Andy.
I don't know,
Puff,
like
Fractal.
who in question? Like I'm asking you to pick one person who you will say is the biggest shock of 2023.
Probably.
Also Huff?
Yeah, also Huff.
Well, why do you say that? Are you able to give explanation?
Well, since okay. I'm not really. Well, that's the thing about this question. It's hard. The biggest shock. Anything you would think to crash out early.
But you would think
Yeah,
that you would think that Huff will crash out early this year?
Yeah, probably.
Where do
Probably
you say?
both.
Would you agree top 16 with Lancelot, or do you think somewhere else?
I would think that he would crash out between Alex T.
So you think we'll lose to Alex Thatch in due time? Like where though? Top 16, top 8, top 32 potentially?
Probably top 16 or top 8.
Top 16, top 8. So you wouldn't see him be at the top. Okay. I see that. All right. For me though, I'm actually gonna go a different route. And I'll say the biggest shock. I mean, I would agree. Top 6 definitely would be a shock that they would lose it all. But for me, I want to say, and you know, this is not by any bias. It's just like, oh, I want this guy to lose all this stuff. I'm gonna say the biggest shock has gotta be Sitnef. I'm gonna say he's the biggest shock. Granted, I know the fact that he qualified with a massive 16 max out, but something tells me that he may not perform as well in competition compared to the rest. Oh, hey, also hi Sodio Bododos. Oh my goodness, I just noticed that in the chat. How you doing? But for me, when it comes to upsets, I'm gonna say that Sitnef will be the one to falter early. Something is giving that perk that he might crash out early, might possibly be top 16, due to a lower ranked player. But again, that's just my prediction, and in nowhere am I putting bad will on Sitnef. I just feel like something saying that he might crash out early.
Oh, you mean she, right?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry, my bad on that.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, the Darkest Horse. Now, by that I mean like you see him as like not really possibly challenging the top players, but all of a sudden he could just go to the top this year. Like, who do you think will be that category? Nutristic, I'll ask you first. SV. Yeah,
SV.
You're saying SV. Why do you say SV?
His debut in monthly CTM, because he won the CTM before.
So you're saying that many people are counting him out, but he potentially could be top 4, even top 2?
Yeah, because he has won CTM before, and he could probably build that stuff into CTWC. So, not much people really think about SV.
But you say that he's the dark horse out of all of them.
Yeah.
Nice. Lancelot, your prediction for dark horse?
I would say Noah.
Noah. Oh, I was kind of expecting that from honestly. Go ahead.
So I think he's improved like a lot recently, and looking at his qual, you can see like at least see like the consistency in it, like not topping out early. So if any of his opponents are not as consistent, I think he will have a very good chance of beating them.
What do you say, top 2 potential?
Yeah, maybe. Not like super confident that he will make it top 2, but I think it's possible.
Nice. All right. For me, I know the right person I'm saying for Dark Horse. Granted, I know that his performance hasn't really shown it, but I'm rooting for Pixel Annie to get all the way to the top, first place. And I consider this a Dark Horse move because many people I feel like might have counted him out. I feel like as the older brother of the Double World Champion, many people have seen Pixel Andy is not really as good as Dog. I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's just that he's not as good. But I feel like this year is the year for him to say, hey, I am the big guy. I'm the one who must be considered champion. And I'm rooting for him to go all the way at the end. Now, I'm not saying that he will be world champion. I have a different name for that. But I feel like he might be the one to surprise everyone with a first place finish. Not to sure you two will agree, but that's just my prediction.
Yep, it's fine. I also think that way, just as you said. Many people don't really think he's that good just because of his brother. Brother has done so well, and quite many people compare it.
Yeah. So that's why I'm putting him as the dark horse of 2023. And now, the obligatory question that we all been waiting for. Who is champion? Now, listen carefully, guys. This should not be based off of friend bias or potential bias. Like, even though Sidnev got 16 max out, I'm not asking you to put that as the basis for why that person becomes champion. So with that said, Lancelet, who is world champion of 2023?
Alex T.
Alex T, and you're not basing that off of friend bias?
No.
Okay,
I'm not.
why do you say that though? Why do you say Alex T is the winner?
Because he, you know, he's too good.
He's too good not to win.
Yeah.
I respect that. And the performance level, like he has to do so much, like be able to get to the top. You would say, like you would say that, right? Lancelet.
Yeah.
Nutrisic, your prediction for world champion?
Let's go Fractal.
Fractal. Oh, okay. So you're rooting for the guy who lost last year.
Yeah, not potential, but his consistency with trying to get to the perfect position and all the other challenges he did. And as well as last year, he did very well against Eric ICX, but couldn't match his survivability.
I see. I also noticed, yeah, you have been muted because of your computer. I can hear a lot of the sounds.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on your end, actually? Yeah, what's going on your end, Nutrisic?
My keyboard is
disconnecting and connecting?
not broken, it's just okay.
No.
Yeah, I fixed it. It's fine.
Okay. That is just funny. They also like do. All right, now for me. Boy, this was a tough decision. I'm looking at all 13, and there's no way that any of them are bad. But for me, I have that sinking feeling. Oh, oops, sorry. I have that sinking feeling that we might finally see a non-American win this year. And that non-American is SV. I'm calling out for SV to finally be the first non-American to win the Classic Tetris World Championships. I think it's finally time we see an international player prove to the world that it's not just America that is good at Tetris. And that's who I'm rooting for this year, CTWC.
Yeah. Is Blue Scooty American?
I don't know.
Yes,
Is he American?
Yes.
Nice.
At least on the leaderboard.
Yeah. But yeah, that's who I am gunning for this year's version of Classic Tetris World Championships. And I hope you guys are excited for that because, boy, I mean, we saw the action already. This is really being recorded, streamed right after much of the qualifying, and let alone all the qualifying for the top 13. But of course, this is just predictions. Anything can happen, especially with the top players. And I hope you guys are excited for that. Alright, I'll do one last reset for Poipo, and then we'll end up the podcast. But once again, thank you two so much, by the way. It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Same here.
And also, who is it? And also, Tim Wong's like brief appearance. I don't know what that was about. That was funny. All right, let's see. Do I get shiny purple? No, not at all. That's oh well, that's fine. All right, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for the podcast for today. We got quite a few levels actually on this Bejeweled. Still 129 to go, but that's just besides the point. All right. Ooh, what a day. What a day to podcast. And that marks the end of the 25th podcast I've done in the history of my channel. Honestly, it's been a fun time.